So I gotta be honest, over the last few weeks, I've been completely overwhelmed with just everything going on in our life, with holidays coming up and the busy season for our business and everything else, doing a huge project in our house. I have gotten behind on aquarium maintenance, and it's kind of embarrassing, which makes today's video difficult to do because I've got to show my tanks because I don't have any other videos made for you. You see, with all of the stuff that's been going on over the last few weeks, I have not had the opportunity to prepare a video for you. And so I'm being attacked by a cat. So today, I'm just going to say, hey, you know what? Let's walk around the fish room and let's show you what we have going on here, show you what our plans are for this room, and show you some pretty dirty tanks because I have not been doing my job out here as a fish keeper because I've been loaded with everything else. And that's a good lesson for you. If you're somebody that's starting to suffer from multiple tank syndrome, you need to understand that it can easily get to a point where this is way too much for you to handle. You need to think about that before you go and buy your 19th tank, knowing that you've got that big project coming up at work or something like that, or you're getting ready to go on a big vacation, whatever it is. You need to know that before you commit yourself to taking care of all of these animals. I've certainly been guilty of that, and I have a great partner that helps me with taking care of all these things, but sometimes it's still not enough, and that's going to show today, trust me. Now, let me be clear. I have an amazing partner that helps me out here. Lisa does a great job, and she does help me with a lot of my tanks. But you know what? The last several weeks or even couple of months have been overwhelming for her too. So, you know, things have gotten behind. And it's not her fault. It's mine because these are my tanks. I'm supposed to be the one taking care of them. And, you know, it just is what it is. I don't know. I'm going to stop making excuses. But let me start off on this wall here, show you what we have, show you the mess that it is, and then what I have planned for this. When we originally set these tanks up, there's a window there, which we've since covered up, but that window we wanted to leave open. And so we separated the tanks like that, put the ugly little refrigerator between it. That turned out to be a mistake. We covered up the window. That's not going to be open anymore. And so this is an opportunity now to consolidate all of this and actually add room for more tanks. So what's going to happen is, you see the 15-gallon, the lights broke on it. That is going to move out and go somewhere else in the fish house. We haven't decided where that's going to be. This tank will move down. The refrigerator going somewhere else. This tank moved down. Baby Kitty will still be there. And then the goldfish tank is also going to move down. Or we've thought about possibly taking the goldfish tank, putting it in front of the fireplace, which is a fireplace we will never use, which will add so much more space right there. So much room for activities. There's definitely going to be space here. I think even if we leave that goldfish tank, I think there's going to be space for another 6-foot tank. And let me show you something. This is real life here, folks. When you set up a fish room at 3 o'clock in the morning after moving it from one state to another, the next day, you realize after it's all full of water that they're not lined up at all. I don't even know how well it shows in this. It's actually quite embarrassing. The tanks just go, so going to get that fixed to get those straightened up. That's nobody's fault. I mean, it's just getting all the tanks in, getting them set up, and doing it all in one day after moving them from Virginia to North Carolina. It's a lot, and they got put together a little wonky. Who cares? We'll fix that. We're going to move everything down and then have some space to add another tank. Here we go with even more multiple tank syndrome. Now, with this tank here, there's going to be some big things happening, which I'm super excited about. I was inspired by a tank in the Shed Aquarium when we went there a couple of months ago, and I'm going to completely rescape that tank, and I'm going to do it. I don't know if we'll be able to pick it up here with those rocks there. I'm not going to go outside because it's pouring down rain, but look at those big, gorgeous boulders out there. I'm going to be putting those in this tank, and it's going to be amazing. And it's going to carry through into the Peacock and Hap tank. It's going to be so cool. I'm so excited about it. And that'll be a video coming up in the near future. Baby Kitty, come on. So be on the lookout for that. Subscribe, make sure you have notifications turned on. You will see the transformation of these tanks. We'll move them down, we'll rescape everything, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. The Yellow Labs will be thrilled. We're also going to be doing a big experiment with these Yellow Labs. There's a couple of holding females in there. When we pull all of this out and remove them so that we can do the new scape, we're going to take those females and we're going to do an experiment with them. Now, don't think anything weird. It's not anything crazy or anything like that, but we're going to do a demonstration of the different ways of growing fry. And it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a long-term project, so don't be expecting it for a while. It's going to be one of those things that we're going to follow the progress of the growing fry over the course of like 4 to 6 months. So this is going to be a project that's going to be a long time in the making. Again, be on the lookout for that. Now, this tank may get some of the leftover rocks that are outside right now. This is our flavescent Peacock breeding project tank. We don't have any holding females in there at the moment. We've had a couple and then they spit for whatever reason. So we're going to get a hold of that. I don't know where the male is, but he's around here somewhere occupying his space. He is absolutely a stunner. We got these fish from the Cichlid Shack. Thank you, James. That was a really, really cool thing to get those. I think he's down there hiding. So I'm excited to see what they produce. And there's actually, we got 2 males and the other one is right here. He was getting beat up real bad. You can look at him. He's perfect now. The other male in that tank was just ripping him to shreds because that's what males do. So I pulled him out of there, put him in with the big boys, and he's doing absolutely great. That is a 90-gallon tank that has the Aquatop canister filter in it. There it is. You probably can't see it. It's been running on this tank for like 2 years, been doing a great job. We've got an Aquatop light on there. And then there is the Shark Pro 900 in there. I've set it up in there to just test it out, and it's just stayed there. It's helping out. It's great. So yeah, 90-gallon Shark Pro 900 Aquatop, whatever the model number of the canister is, Aquatop light. I hope they get going soon. What are you guys doing? Is Carl being mean? Carl. So between that 90 and the 360, we have another one of these column 15-gallon tanks. There is a beta sorority in there right now, and Lisa's pothos or whatever plant that is absolutely going crazy. The light is broken again. Did I say Aquatop? It's an Aqueon. I don't know which one I said. I don't know. Did I say Aquatop for the canister filter too? I don't know. My brain is going a million miles an hour. It's an Aqueon. And then this is an Aqueon tank, and the Aqueon light on this one is also broken. Both of the 15-gallon tanks have broken lights. It is what it is. The 360 looks amazing, but is also super dirty right now. I realized I needed some more heat in there. I added 2 additional 300-watt heaters yesterday. It's kind of convenient when you can just run to the warehouse and grab a couple of them right out of the box. The tank is very dirty right now, and that's because when you have 3 bikers, 3 Oscars, and 2 Sevrums, the tank basically stays dirty. I don't know how bad it looks on camera, but it's a constant work in progress, this tank. I'd love to get some help in here to just do nothing but do water changes in this tank every single day so we can keep it presentable. But you know what? The fish are all that matter. They are happy. They are just growing like crazy. And I don't know. I'm in love with this tank. Anybody that knows me knows that this is my prized possession. This is a custom aquarium tank, 8 foot by 3 foot by 2 feet. And it's run by the Custom Aquariums seamless sump, and it does a seamless job. It does a great job with it. The lights on it, there is 4 4-foot Luma lights on it, and they are absolutely amazing. One of my favorite lights in the entire hobby. We've been talking to them about possibly bringing those lights in to have on the website. They're very expensive. It is a high-end light, and so it's a hard sell for me to bring them in. But it's just one of those lights. You just have to see it. That's the only way I can describe it. You have to see what these lights do. And when they're in a tank that's not a complete disaster all the time, like Lisa's Discus tank, you can see just how much pop this tank has, because this also has the Lumilights. It's got 2 3-footers on it, and it just always looks amazing. The fish pop, the decor in the tank pops. It's just, I've told the folks at Lumilight, you need to have your slogan be, you just have to see it. That needs to be their slogan, because you can't describe what these lights do. You just have to see it. And when you see it, then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It probably doesn't show up well on camera, but let me tell you something. In person, these lights are shocking. I mean, they're amazing. They're the best out there. And maybe one day you'll see them on the site. Now, if you saw a few weeks ago, I added the Whale 500 canister filter to this tank. It's still there. It's been on there for a month. Still running it. Why move it? I mean, we have it now to move to something else if we want to. And it's doing a great job. So the Discus tank is run by an FX4. And then also 2 tidal filters. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Lisa's crazy. She just keeps adding more and more filters. These are the most pampered Discus you'll ever see. And, you know, whatever she wants, she gets. So that's what's running that tank. This one here, very, very cool. This is a Beta Sorority dark water tank that she has. This is not laziness, folks. She did this. She's done this on purpose. She likes to keep the water low in this so that the betas don't have to go quite so high up to get their food. There is a bunch of alien females in here. I don't know how well they're going to show up on camera. There's quite a few of them. And then there's also some harlequins, a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even know what all is in there. There's also some snails in there. You can see the snails have left their decor on the wood. Very cool tank. It's run by 2 sponge filters. That's it. And I don't know. It's one of her absolute favorites. I love it. Look, there's one in the floating log. Check him out. Her. Check her out. This is all females that are in here. So I don't know why the camera won't focus. So yeah, she loves this tank. Now, the 125, we've had some issues going on with the Discus, and she's trying to correct that, so we can't really show that today. Down below is the 29-gallon with the Congo Tetras and 1 Angel, and that is being run by the CJ Whale that I installed on there. We did a video about that a couple of weeks ago where I said, is it crazy to put a canister filter on a small tank? No, it's not crazy. If you can do it, do it. It works out really, really well. And the Higer filter is going to get removed. It's just in there until everything was all set up. These 3 10-gallon tanks are full of snails. Lisa's breeding snails like crazy. And then we move on to this, the quote-unquote indoor pond that we set up a while back. Just took a stock tank, put them in here with our feeder goldfish, and we're so thrilled. The fish are thrilled. It's a lot of fun. She's got some sycamore branches in there that she collected from the yard. It's very cool. It's working out really good. Someday they will go to a pond outdoors. This is being run by a Space Echo canister. And on that note of the Space Echo, we did bring them in. They are available on the website right now. So if you want to get those, and if you're watching this the day it uploads, there's a sale going on for Black Friday. Get that thing 15% off. You can't lose. So we decided to bring those in. Someday we'll probably bring the whales in too, but you know, got to take it one step at a time. The goldfish tank, love these guys. They are my little buddies. Had a little struggle when we first moved here, but they're doing great now. This is being run by a Fluval 407 that's been running this tank forever. There is a Fluval 3.0 light on there, not the plant one, but the reef one, and I love that light. I absolutely love it. In the same league as the Lumilight, and it has the app and all that stuff, which I don't use because, I don't know, I just think that's a little goofy, but it's on there. It's cool. The tank looks great. The fish are happy. Peacock and Hap tank and the Yellow Lab tank are both run by the Custom Aquariums seamless sumps, and they both have the Hygger lights, which are the ones that we sell on the website, and they're both very dirty. But like I said, they're getting ready to have a complete remodel. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be huge. Now moving on back into the beta room, we can't talk too much about these, but Lisa's got some beta breeding experiments going on in here, which is very exciting. These are babies that she made. She made these fish from scratch. It's very cool. They are blue marbles, blue rim marbles. They're adorable. Love those. Those are her babies, and we don't know what we're going to do with them yet. Probably give them to special family and friends and stuff like that. But again, this is a project that someday could result in these fish being on the website. We could supply our own fish. You know the beta system if you've been watching this channel for any length of time. 296 beta tanks in this system right now. I think we have about 100 fish in the system. We have a real problem, and it's a real good problem to have. As soon as Lisa puts fish on the website, they sell. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's almost like there's people watching the site and they're just waiting for her to update it. And when they do, the fish go almost immediately. It's crazy. So she gets them up as fast as she can, and then they sell. But she'll be putting more up here very, very soon. Got a bunch of Hellboys, some Giants, some Super Reds. We got all kinds of stuff going on. They are stunners, and they will be available very, very soon. Some of them are already available. If you haven't followed along with this system, they're both run on sump systems. This system is cut in half, stops about right there, and everything to the left is run off of this sump, and everything to the right is run off of that sump over there. If you want to see the whole procedure of building this focus camera, I'll put a card up in the corner to show that. Very proud of this system. A lot of buzz around this system, and yeah, it's one of my crowning achievements, I gotta say. Got a little heater there to keep the room warm in an old building like this. You have to do that. This tank we talked about a few weeks ago. I resealed it. Don't worry, it's not leaking. Lisa just hasn't filled it up yet. In fact, there's a snail down there, and there's about an inch of water in there. I don't know why she hasn't filled it up yet. I mean, life has gotten in the way, like I said. It'll be filled up, and it'll probably be full of snails. And speaking of snails, look at this. Some people might look at this as a problem, but we don't, because Lisa loves snails, and I think we will end up putting these on the website. These are ram's horns, I believe, in there, and we'll put those on the site, make them available for you to buy if you so choose. All of these little nano tanks, we scaped every single one of these in video. You've seen them. They are the Aquatop Pisces systems. Got some CPDs, got a male beta, got a female beta. This is her adorable little nano corner that has all of the plants, and this has been featured on Instagram. She's very proud of this. So yeah, you go back in the channel, you'll see almost all of these tanks being scaped in videos. So it's very cool. That's what we got going on here. I don't really know that there's much more to show. So there you go, just a quick look at everything that we have going on in here. This is our sanctuary. I absolutely love this. I do not get to spend enough time out here, and it is tragic. I wish I could be out here a lot more. Lisa's out here every day, but she's working with the betas. She does a great job of taking care of this place. Really, we need to be spending a lot more time out here. I wish we could, but hey, you know what? If we're not spending a bunch of time out here, that means things are going well, and we're occupied with other things. They certainly are going well right now. I'm filming this on Black Friday. That's how unorganized I am right now. And we have a bunch of orders that have to be packed to ship out today so that we don't have to do it all on Monday, which would be crazy. So I've got to go and do that. But before I did that, I wanted to give you just a little update on everything that's going on in the old fish house here. This is going to be changing a lot. We have some things that we're working on right now that are going to be things that I've never done. Lisa's never done. It's going to be first times for us. Really excited about that. Stay tuned to find out. And it would have to do with a tank that would be going right there. And this could be a big thing for our channel. To be honest, it'll probably bomb on the channel, but it'll be something cool for us to do to expand our fish keeping hobby. And I don't know, you'll have to stay tuned and see what you think about it. That's it. I don't really know what else to say. This has been fun, and there's probably going to be things seen in this video that Lisa's going to go, why did you show that? Why did you talk about the Discus Tank? Why did you? Well, that's because this is real life. We try to do a lot of videos a lot of different ways, and one of the things that we really like to do is just show you the real life deal that we have going on here. This is what a fish room looks like when you have a working couple that has a bunch of tanks, probably too many tanks, and is living what we consider to be our dream, but it's also very overwhelming, and it can get out of control very fast. You need to know that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this dream of having all these tanks with all these fish is a beautiful thing, and when it comes true, it's wonderful, but it's also overwhelming, and you need to know that. I mean, it can get out of control very fast, and when you have all these tanks, and you are, come on, she won't leave me alone. When you have all these tanks and you're living your dream and things start to fall behind, it's animals that are suffering because of that. Now, none of our fish are suffering. I mean, there is the issue with the discus that we're trying to figure out, but the water is fine. The tanks just don't look good. And this is real life. So wanted to show you that. I hope it wasn't a huge mistake. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for following along. It's Sunday. If you're watching this the day that it uploaded, the Black Friday weekend sale ends tomorrow. 15% off everything on our website. You're going to want to get on there. Quantities of everything we have are limited. So get in there. Make sure you pick up the new Space Echo, the Ultra Zero, all the stuff that we have on there. It's all 15% off right now. Listen. You might complain. You might be one of those people that says, gosh, I mean, all he does is talk about his website. Would you rather I do a bunch of established titles or Raid Shadow Legends or would you rather I do all that stuff? No, I'm not going to do that. I refuse to do that. Let me tell you about NordVPN. I'm not going to do that. I just advertise all those companies, but I'm not going to do that because my sponsor is me. And so sometimes I'm going to be mentioning our website, and that's how we pay the bills. So there you go. Enough rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you on the next one, which will definitely be much better prepared and much better produced than this one. Bye.